We finally have some F1 esports F1 2018 news. It's finally, and I'm really looking forward to this. You know, we've got a lot to talk about today, and basically what I've done is I've gone on to F1's page, their official Codemasters, obviously official page, and make headlines in F1 2018. Now, before we get into this, I would like to explain two things. First of all, I've not watched anyone else's videos on this, so I can only apologise if I say the same things as anyone else. And two, I can only apologise, this is late. I did actually get some sort of media stuff out when it first came out, but unfortunately I've been at college, so I couldn't make a video as soon as I would have liked. But I've got home now, and I am now getting on to making this video. But yeah, F1 2018, make headlines. Really looking forward to this. See, which, first of all, obviously that says to me make headlines. Are we going to see potentially, you know, the paddock back from like the old F1 games, F1 2010 and F1 2011, I think, had a proper paddock. And obviously that has been something that really, you know, people have been asking for over the last few years once again. And I think it was sort of a really good fun thing, you know, to have it there, you know, really sort of just ups the experience. We sort of had it again in F1 2016 and F1 2017, but it sort of wasn't really as good as it used to be. You know, podium interviews and everything were always quite good fun as well. The day you've all been waiting for has arrived though, and we've got it hot off the press. We're happy to announce F1 2018, the official video game of the Formula 1 World Championship on PS4, Xbox One, and obviously PC as well, worldwide on Friday the 24th of August, which is actually the Friday of the Belgian Grand Prix. Now, I will actually be at the Belgian Grand Prix, so I'm not really too sure what I'm going to be able to do about that. Hopefully I can try and get it early, but obviously there's no sort of guarantees over that, but we can only hope. But obviously if I do, then there'll be a huge amount of videos on the channel beforehand. We can't wait to reveal more news on what's to come, which obviously just says there isn't really too much. I noticed there isn't a trailer anywhere that I could find. Unfortunately, I was hoping they'd have one of those as well, but you know, we can skip over that at the moment. You know, it's not the most important thing in the world. But yeah, but in the meantime, we've got all headline information on today's announcement. We are delighted by the reception of highly acclaimed F1 2017 game retrieved, and are extremely excited to be able to build further on such a strong starting point with 2018, which to me obviously says we're going to have pretty much the same sort of physics engine. I imagine a lot of sort of the background to the game is going to be fairly the same, so things like probably career mode, sort of the dynamic and the pointing system, I'd imagine will work fairly similar to the way it has done the game before. Obviously, can't guarantee that, I don't know for sure, but you know, that's what I'd imagine. F1 franchise, obviously Paul Gill. Over the past few years, we've engaged heavily with our fan base to understand what is important to them, and we cannot wait to unveil more details on the features that we know our fans will love. Career mode has been further expanded to immerse people even deeper into the world of Formula 1, which I really do hope for me on F1 2018. I sort of get back into career mode a bit more. I personally felt on 2017 the career mode was a bit of a long grind, which probably wasn't helped by the fact I probably picked a terrible team for it. But yeah, obviously I really want to try and get back in to career mode on F1 2018 as well. You know, looking at people like Arav who are on like Season 8, it is quite, you know, good to see. You know, once you sort of get to that point, it does seem to, you know, become a bit more fun once again. But obviously that'll have to be how much work I'm willing to put into that. We're also adding more classic cars. That is the most probably important thing for me. I love the classic cars. Again, listening to our fans of which historical F1's cars they would most virtually like to drive next. That just screams Brawn BG. Is it the BGPO one? I can't remember exactly the name of it, but obviously the Brawn car from 2009. That one will certainly be on there. If I'm not mistaken, I actually made a video last year talking about which classic cars I wanted to see in F1 2017. So obviously, hopefully, you know, if they've seen that, you know, get a couple of ideas from that. That would certainly be ideal. But really, you know, classic cars, you probably want the Brawn. You probably want potentially, you know, Schumacher's Benetton. I'm trying to think. I feel, you know, Codemasters have probably actually got a pretty good lot of cars from sort of the last 20 years. What I really want them to do is expand further back than that. So I want to see things like, you know, I think obviously Lauda and Hunt, you know, they're battling in 76, the Ferrari and the Mclaren from there. Even Forza's got those now, so I'm sure the licensing for that is, you know, easy to come by. Other cars from like the past, obviously a couple of old Lotuses maybe. You know, I think it was the 98T as well. You know, that one was absolutely bonkers in the 80s. Obviously cars from the 70s, cars from the 60s, maybe even like the original Alfa Romeo or original Ferrari that we had right back at the start of Formula 1 as well. You know, something, you know, older cars like that, you know, really, you know, something very, very different to what we can drive, because obviously a lot of things albeit, you know, a lot of the classic cars that we had on 2017 weren't exactly the same to drive as, you know, the modern ones. They did feel sort of fairly similar in a lot of ways, and obviously something like a really old, you know, Lotus or Alfa Romeo, you know, with a lot more body roll, obviously a lot less sophistication to it, would be really, really good to drive as well. We've been busy, very busy behind the scenes here at Codemasters, so here's a little snippet of what we're building up to. So obviously they've had quite a lot of media interest, in all fairness. You know, it's really, really good to see that, you know, Formula One, the official Twitter, obviously has really sort of helped them around. You know, they're really trying to sort of emphasise the esports and everything. So you can see we've got Anthony Davidson there, David Croft also talking about that. That was quite a while back. Toro Rosso talking about it. Obviously F1 esports as well. You know, like I was saying, Formula One are really, really promoting it quite well, and it's really, really good to see Sauber as well have an involvement with it all. And it's just really, really shaping up like we could have, you know, a really, really good game on our hands. But obviously we'll have to wait and see about that. We don't know yet. A couple of questions I have got about this though, on the whole, is when are we going to get news on the beta? You know, we've sort of, obviously they've announced it all, sign-ups have all been in place. I've personally signed up again, obviously, and I really, really want to, you know, see something confirmed from the beta, hopefully sooner rather than later on the whole, but obviously we won't know about that. I'd imagine it'll probably come out towards the end of May, potentially start of June, but obviously we'll have to wait and see, and obviously I'm really, really hoping that I can get back on the beta as well. But yeah, unfortunately, not too much information from Codemasters coming into F1 2018, obviously. You know, there could definitely be a bit more, but I think they're really, you know, trying to build up the hype for as long as they can. It's been a big day, though, on the whole for Codemasters. Obviously, F1 2018, all this has been announced. Onrush as well, that's something I wanted to talk about quickly, you know, sort of towards the end of this video. Luckily for me, and I can't thank Codemasters enough for this, they've actually hooked me up with a PS4 beta code. So this is obviously being recorded on the Tuesday. I'll probably record a video as well today, and I'll probably try and stream either tonight when this video is going out or tomorrow night, depending on obviously when you're watching this video. So yeah, a lot going on at Codemasters. We need to see some announcements from Dirt Game as well over the next couple of weeks as well. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Do not forget to like, subscribe if you want to see more, you know, F1 2018 content as well. You know, really, really hoping, you know, we can see a lot more content from this game, and obviously I'll really try and cover the news as quickly as I can. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Do not forget to like, subscribe. We're closing in on 4,000 subscribers. Click the bell icon as well so you don't miss an upload. YouTube now has pretty much admitted that sub boxes are pretty much broken. They only like to recommend people on videos here and there, so obviously make sure you do click that bell icon so you don't miss anything. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.